Greetings, Straya students of university. This is Dr. Nguyen coming to you, give you some additional insights on what you need to do moving forward towards week number 11. As you can see, time really has flown fast in the midst of everything that we have experienced. We are now already in week number 3. We are at the end of week number 2, and within several more hours we will be approaching week number 3. So we are busy for the next several hours, because week number 3 is a very busy week for you, because you have your first written assignment that you have to do, in addition to the discussion question and the weekly quiz. So trying to be proactive in terms of time management, so you can get whatever you need to get done in the midst of everything that is happening right now. So before I continue, I want to wish you well, stay blessed, stay informed. So as you can see here, we have discussed many concepts for this class, Introduction to Entrepreneurship. We have discussed about different types of entrepreneurs. You can be a small scale entrepreneur or a large scale entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs can be women or men. You can have technical entrepreneur or non-technical entrepreneurs. So it doesn't matter what kind or what types of entrepreneur you are. So the process of entrepreneurship is that entrepreneurs have to spend a great amount of time, a great amount of resource, capital and non-capital, to open up something new that he or she start with an idea. So these are some of the learning outcomes that we will continue to discuss. The stages of entrepreneurial process, like you want to have a business. Well, first you have to focus on developing the product, focus on developing the services. So once you have completed that task, you can have a product that is marketable, that is relevant to the needs of the customers. After that, you have to make sure that you continue to innovate the process so the consumer continue to buy whatever you sell. So these are our learning outcomes that we will continue to discuss as we march towards week number 11. Okay, so for week number two, you discuss about the types of entrepreneurs, the foundation for entrepreneurship. So as I have previously mentioned, entrepreneur can be trading, manufacturing, agricultural, technical, private, and so on. In order to have a business, you have to consider financial risk. Sometimes the financial risk that you invest may outweigh the successes that you will have in the future. So the process of this creation of business ownership by individual is called entrepreneurship, because individuals turn ideas into marketable products and services, ranging from an idea to provide state-of-the-art hair salon or state-of-the-art email services can become great. So entrepreneurs are those who manage and operate businesses by using engineering skills with business management skills, such as financial planning, marketing planning, distribution planning, and risk management planning. So using these management skills and integrate with engineering skill to run a successful business. That's what entrepreneurs do. Okay, so there are many advantages, and at the same time, there are some disadvantages. Disadvantages of becoming an entrepreneur is that you don't have a lot of free time. But if you're able to manage that, then you can be great. Okay, So for this, for week number 3, you have a discussion question. You have quiz 1 and your first written assignment. So please make an effort to engage with your peers. This is very important as we interact, as we engage in our virtual learning platform. So your engagement is imperative, your engagement is critical, your engagement is necessary as we exchange insights on how to become entrepreneurs and what entrepreneurs need in order to become successful business owners. So for week number 3, we will focus about innovation. Well, you have ideas and you mold the ideas into something that consumers can use. Well, after 6 months, after 2 years of turning your ideas into a business, well, you don't want to be on the same level now because chances are you will have someone else to come after you and open the same business. So you have to step another ladder. You have to step higher. You have to have another um, solution to the competitors. So you have to be innovative. So how innovative are you with your business? So in order to create outstanding product or service, have a strong brand and build a strong network of customers, entrepreneurs need to have innovation, which means something new. For example, customer might be so bored with the same uh, decor of your business when you have your mortar and brick location. So in order to beat these challenge, you may want to model the business by adding new colors to the existing colors that you have. So by remodeling might be another form of innovation. That's why McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks often remodel their stores to act um, the it that the customer looked for. Okay, so how innovative are you? Do you have the innovation to drive your business to another level? And then here you have to focus on writing your first assignment. So your first assignment focus on the business model. So the business model is not a business plan. It is a part of a business plan. The business plan is a broad uh, statements of what and how you as business owner go about to make profits and to manage your business. So the business model is a strategy. How can you go about to make profits for your business? So that is the business model. And there are many kinds, many types of business model, going from direct sales, franchising, advertising based, brick and mortar, hybrids. Hybrids is when you can have a combination of a physical location and an online platform. Um, razor blade, affiliation, brokerage, um, concierge or customization, crowdsourcing, disintermediation, fractionalization, freemium, leasing, pay-as-you-go, and subscription. So which of these business models that you want to use that can generate profits for your startup business? These are the business models, okay? So the business models will have several um, propositions uh, that meet the client needs because the business model focus on what and how you go about to attract the customer. So when you have the business models, you have to sketch. You have to sketch uh, what is that the customer needs. Well, the customer need value. If they going to buy shoes from your store, what value do they get from the shoes? And how how can you get the shoes at the how can you get the materials to make the shoes at the um, cost that you can manage so you can make a profit. So you want, and then where can you go about to get the customer? So you have to focus on the customer segments and the channels of distribution, supply chain. Businesses have to have supply chain. Without supply chain, you cannot have a business. Customer relationship, revenue stream, resources. Well, you have ideas, but how can you have the financial capital to run your business? Are you going to obtain a loan from the Small Business Administration? Or how can you get the funds to run your startup idea? Who will be your key partners? How are you going to manage it? And what is the cost structure of your business? So these are the factors that are embedded in the business model that you will select, okay? So for the first written assignment, which is due next week, um, so you make an effort to focus on three business model, focus on three business model, briefly write the benefits and the disadvantage of each of them, and then choose one business model that can benefit the best, that can maximize your fullest potentials in generating the product, the profits for the business. So again, for the first written assignment, you focus on three business models. Three business model. Would your business be direct sales, subscription, or freemium? Freemium is like, for example, you offer someone something free. Well, chances are, if they like what they get, they will come back and buy a bigger chunk of the thing that they receive for free. So that's a freemium business model. You give something, well, it will cost you maybe $1, but you end up making $1,000. So you give, but then you take it back. Okay, so this is called a freemium. So focus on three business models, write about them briefly in one paragraph, and then your next paragraph talks about one specific business model that benefits the most for your business, okay? So as you are writing your paper, focus on using the same font size. If you, I recommend you trying to focus on some research, but if you have to use ideas from another person's, then make sure you cite accordingly using the SWS, Strayer's standard writing. And focus on that, okay? So make sure this is a one-page paper, one page only, but you also need to have a cover page. So make sure that the font is black, the font is size 12, and the same font. Don't change two different fonts, it doesn't look good. You need to have standardization, okay? Now, this is the example of a paper that that I already wrote. As you can see here, the first paragraph, I briefly talk about the business that I want to have and the business model that I want to use. And then my next paragraph, I talks about the specific business model that will benefit the most for my business, okay? So, and then I also have the cover page, okay? So I have the sample paper and the sample cover page for you to see here. So these are some hints about writing. So make sure that you plan. Planning for writing is the writer's best friend. As you are writing this paper, you are not talking to me. When I'm reading your paper, I'm grading your paper. But as you are writing, you and I are not having a conversation. So don't use you, don't use your. Use entrepreneurs, use people, use third person to write your paper. Avoid fragments. For example, shows no improvement in business efficiency. This statement here doesn't have a subject. So a sentence without a subject is called a sentence fragment. Well, a sentence without a verb is also a sentence fragment. So a sentence needs to make sure you have a subject and a predicate. Your predicate begins with verb. Avoid run-on sentences. People are mingling. Everybody looks so happy. As you can see here, you have two ideas. Joined by a comma. This is wrong, okay? You're supposed to have a conjunction with a period here, but you don't have a conjunction, okay? Use examples to validate your argument. When you use another ideas from another persons or organizations, make sure you cite with evidence. Make sure you provide creditable sources. And if you cite it like a web pages, www.yahoo.com, well, if I go to yahoo.com, there's plenty of things for me to navigate. So where's the specific URL? So make sure that you cite reliable source, okay? So these are some tips for your writing, okay? Hopefully you that my sharing, my insights will help you, will carry you with the ease on how to beat the odds for week number 3 moving forward. As always, if you need academic support, by all means, contact me. Log into your Blackboard, iCampus. My information is on there. So again, thank you and wish you the best. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay optimistic, okay? This is Dr. Nguyen from Business 313, Introduction to Entrepreneurship.